Hi, everybody. This is Peter Schiff, and with the Christmas holiday fast approaching, I wanted to record this video to let everybody know about a brand new book that is now available. It is the collector's edition of How an Economy Grows and Why It Crashes that I wrote with my brother, which originally came out in 2010. The book was actually based on a book that my father wrote in the early 1980s. Actually, he wrote it in the 70s. It was part of his classic, The Biggest Con, but he pulled it out and he made a separate book, How an Economy Grows and Why It Doesn't. Here's the original book that my father wrote. My brother and I came out with this book, How an Economy Grows and Why It Crashes, in 2010. And when we first wrote the book, we really didn't know how well it would be received. But I think of all the emails that I get from people who have read my books, by far the most flattering letters I get are all regarding how an economy grows and why it crashes. I think this book has really struck a chord. A lot of people have not only ordered it, but they've ordered cases of it. There are teachers who use this book around the world to help educate students in the classroom. Today, the Keynesian economists really overcomplicate what really is a very simple subject of economics. And I think why the book does so well is we break down the complexities of our modern day economy, in which these economic principles seem to be lost. We break it down and we focus in on a simple island with three individuals struggling to survive. And then it's in that context that we introduce all of these economic principles, and then we demonstrate how the principles don't change as the economy grows and becomes more complex. The book is very humorous. You can read the entire thing in 3 to 4 hours, and it is very effective at bringing about an understanding of a subject that is so widely misunderstood, not just by lay people, but by people who teach economics, by people who have advanced degrees, doctorates, even some people who have Nobel Prizes in economics really could learn a lot by reading this book. And the book was so well received that we just came out with this brand new collector's edition, because originally the publishers weren't really sure how much money to put into the book, how well it would sell. Now that we know the book really has a fan base and audience, we've introduced this collector's edition, How an Economy Grows and Why It Crashes. It's brand new. It just came out. The book is much larger. It's in color, glossy pages. We added 2 entirely new chapters that cover a lot of the events that have taken place since the publication of the original back in 2010. We cover quantitative easing, the European debt crisis, Occupy Wall Street, and other topics that have been in the news more recently. Plus, I expanded some of the existing chapters. I put in some things that I'd always wished I had put into the original. It's a little bit more expensive than the original book, but I think it's worth the added expense. I think it makes an excellent coffee table book to display. Friends could pick it up. I think it's even better now for younger people. 12, 13, 14-year-olds have read and enjoyed this book thoroughly. They like the pictures and the story. I think they'll like the pictures a lot better now that they're bigger and in color. So I think children will enjoy it more. And I think it makes a better gift. That's why we're introducing it during the holidays. It is now available. It's in stock and ready to be shipped to arrive before Christmas. You can go to Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. You can get a copy for yourself. You can get a copy for a friend or a relative and give the gift of economic knowledge and humor by ordering a copy of How an Economy Grows and Why It Crashes, collector's edition. If you've never read the original, just go right ahead and skip right to the collector's edition. There's no reason now to buy the original now that we have this one. But even if you already have a copy of the original version, you're going to want to have this collector's edition to have, to keep, and to share with your friends. Again, here's the book, How an Economy Grows and Why It Crashes, the collector's edition. It's available right now, so order it for yourself or for your friends. And to everybody, have a Merry Christmas and a very happy New Year.